Hey, what is up? YouTube, Andrew Rooney here, full-time drummer and drum teacher based right here in Auckland, New Zealand. Now, hot on the heels of Josh Freese getting fired. That's right, Josh Freese getting fired from the Foo Fighters. It actually got me thinking about a time that I got fired. And I thought, why not share that story with you guys? Anyone who knows me and knows me well on the channel knows that I love to share stories of failure. It's just a sick thing I've got. A lot of people, I suppose, try and hide their failures, maybe? Let's be real for a minute. I think it's probably in the interest of many players, many musicians, especially sort of guru type teachers, to seem infallible and everything's just been a clear progression your whole career. You've been perfect, you've never been failed, you've just knocked every gig out of the park, and I'm here to tell you and share with you a story that, well, at least for me, indicates otherwise. All right, let's back up the track. This will be going back a good, this will be well over 20 years ago. Before I had been to music school, before I was an established drummer, before I was a drum teacher, I was pretty green. And just to set the scene a little bit, I've got a friend from school, tight buddy. We did karate together, we did boxing together, we grew up basically together, hanging out at each other's house. He went on to be a very well-regarded producer, record producer, and engineer. And again, I'm going to try and avoid naming names here because I don't want to get anybody in any trouble, and I don't want to draw unwanted attention to anyone. But anyone who knows me me well will know who I'm talking about instantly, especially with the martial arts references. So anyway, this person did a solid for me, basically. He was involved with a high-level artist in a high-level gig that was about to happen as a result of a reality TV show. I'll leave it there. Now, he was involved in this, and he had recorded the album for this person who was on this reality TV show that will remain nameless. There's another grammar failure right there. Grammarly. Cue Grammarly ad.
Grammarly.
So my high school buddy, he is producing this big artist. It's all over TV. Everybody knows this person's name. It's a big deal. Another friend of mine, another friend of ours from school, records drums on the single and I think on the whole album for this person. And they're off to the races, and it's a thing. It's happening. Next thing that's going to happen is live performances, and these are going to be a big deal up and down the country. Especially when you're a young guy, you're going to be staying in hotels. It's exciting. You're playing here, you're playing there. It's going to be big crowds. Everybody knows the songs. It's a big pop gig, or at least big in terms of New Zealand, and certainly big for me at the level I was at as a drummer at the time. So my friend reaches out to me and says, do you want to do the tour? Do you want to be in the band? And I'm like, hell yeah, I do. That'd be amazing. And look, I cannot stress enough, I am green. As a drummer at this point, I am very, very inexperienced. Only really done limited originals work, nothing professional, nothing at a high level at all. I'm green. So he puts this vote of confidence in me and says, the song's pretty easy. I think you'll be fine. It's a good gig, definitely a bit of a bro deal, bro helping out the bro. Amazing. And as we know, this is sort of how it does work in the music industry. It is a lot about who you know. So here I am, and I'm in the hot seat, and I'm working really hard, and we get given 3 songs to learn. They're all on backing tracks. And, I'm pretty used to playing along with the click at the time, at least I thought I was. I wouldn't say I was used to playing along with backing track shows, but that's how this was. And I thought, if I can practice it enough, I'll be fine. So I get into my practice room and I'm practicing along, and it comes time for the first rehearsal with the rest of the band. And it's not really happening. And it's not really sounding good. The artist isn't even there at this point. This is a band rehearsal. We're going to get the band sorted out. Then the artist is going to join in, basically just walk in. It's got this pro, session band behind him. And we go off and we tour New Zealand. And it's a huge hit and everybody's happy. But I can sort of feel that the rehearsal's not going that well. And, I know the songs. I've put in the work of, I'm playing them basically as good as I can. And at one point, the bassist, who definitely had a bit of an attitude, I'll put it nicely, I'll say definitely had a bit of an attitude, and I don't think had any love for my drumming. He's like, can I just jump on? Maybe we should try this and this bit. Jumps on the drums and says, how about we play this bit like this? And he was a pretty decent drummer. I'm not going to lie. It was okay. It was pretty good. And I'm like, oh, this is bad. Anyway, we finished the rehearsal. I didn't pursue it after that, really. And I didn't hit up my friend. And, I'm not the type to chase things up like that and say, how did it go? Was I good? Did I do good? Was I good? I just sort of left it. And I think you do sort of at least need to earn these things a little bit. Next thing I know, the tour's been announced and it's a big deal. And this person's going on tour and I'm not involved in this. And without really any word at all, I've been fired. Like Josh Freese, well, at least according to Josh Freese in this case, he actually didn't hear anything. Same with me. And don't get me wrong, I'm not putting the blame on anyone else. I was literally not good enough for that gig. Now, I went through a few different phases. I was angry at this bass player because the bass player clearly didn't rate me at all. And I wasn't good. So in that sense, he was right. He should not have been out on a tour with me on the drums in this setting. In that sense, he was right. Was he a dick about it? Yeah, but he was ultimately correct in the situation. So there's always a silver lining in these situations, and it did give me a kick in the pants to decide, yep, I'm going to go to music school to get some mileage in, and I'm going to start gigging and clocking up, hundreds, thousands of gigs to get my mileage up so I can just walk into that situation and be solid, be ready. So now I'm not here to say, look at me, I'm exactly like Josh Freese because I got fired. What I'm saying is it can be interesting the way these things play out. And this was a classic example for me of opportunity not meeting experience. It's happened a lot the other way, but in this case, I had been given an opportunity, perhaps unfairly, and I certainly was not ready. No way, was not ready for the gig. And my experience did not match the opportunity. I couldn't execute the gig. No qualms about that, especially now. In hindsight, I don't care. If that gig popped up now, I wouldn't take it. Let's put it that way, okay? But at the time, it was a big gig, and especially for my experience at the time, it would have been an amazing gig for me, and I would have been stoked and, on top of the world. So it's just so many things, I think. Do you take a rejection like that, especially early on in my case? Do you take that and go, oh man, I'm not cut out for this?
I'm not meant to be a drummer. I'm not meant to be playing music. No one likes me. My drumming sucks. I just want to go and
I don't know, take up swimming or something. Or do you just go, okay, I obviously need to work harder. This doesn't mean I don't love the drums anymore. I don't love music anymore. I just wasn't ready. And I got to get myself ready. That's how I took it. And if it takes someone rubbing your nose in the dirt, so be it. I think it's going to happen to everybody. I know Josh Freese was put out. This is a different situation. This is a high-level gig in this case of Josh Freese. High-level gig. And according to him, there was no word or... Yeah, every story's got three sides, as we know. Who knows? I don't know. I'm a fan of Josh Freese for sure. I'm a fan of Dave Grohl and his legacy. I don't know who's at fault. It doesn't matter. To me, it's absolutely none of my business. But it did get me thinking about getting fired, and that is brutal. In the music industry, there is no HR department. No one cares. All right? No one cares. Maybe that's a good thing. Maybe because no one cares, it means you can get another gig, because honestly, no one really cares. When I look back on it now, I'm probably glad that it got cut off then and not on the tour. I mean, imagine being on the tour and you're out and there's loads of people in the crowd, and I would have been like, whoa, and I can't play the songs, or not at least at the level required for that gig, and then I just fail on the stage. That would have been traumatic and horrible. So in that case, everything worked out for the best. I got fired, I sucked, and you know what? I lost the gig. Nah. Guys, I hope you dug this little story, and reaching back into the vaults way back there in the grey matter to share stories of failure with you. If you would like more stuff like this on the channel, please do hit me up and let me know, and I'll see what else I can dig up. Yikes. Until next time, take it easy. Ciao.